Arbiters are coached by Midway. Orcaine Cowboys by BoardBot 18. Not sure of the records of either team. I must admit I haven't followed the G versus E super closely. But they started with fresh teams, so you're not going to see any type of outrageous teams. They're in the midst of their first 8 games. So you see a lot of humans. Looks like Midway has a couple of skills up. Looks like he's got a block tackle, or just a tackle blitzer. I don't see if he's even got any more skilled pieces off the pitch. No, he looks like he hasn't played a ton of games. Oh, he's got an agility up piece. Braden Youngblood, AG4 catcher. Looks like a couple of unskilled throwers back there, and then of course his blitzers. On the other hand, the Orcaine Cowboys have a troll, and it looks like a full accompaniment of black orcs, one with block, it appears, a mighty blow blitzer, and a movement up blitzer, looks like rounding out their pieces. And we're off. Ooh, we get a perfect defense right off the bat. The Cowboys can reset. That's good. You might see a stack around that orc. Get some, or ogre rather, get some damage in. But we'll see. Alright, so it looks like we'll start off a match. Looks like he looks like he did reorganize. Got the heck away from the ogre. Hopefully counting on the bonehead, or really stupid, or whatever the hell happens to an ogre. We'll look on it right now. You can see how often I play human teams. Yeah, bonehead. That's what I thought. Troll's got it stupid. So this is classic Midway. Spend the first 35 seconds thinking long and hard about what your movement and action is going to be. Smart. I wish I had the discipline, to be entirely honest, that Midway has to try to figure out where to start. It's also nice that looks like we've got a classic humans versus orcs matchup in light of the re-release of the Blood Bowl board game, the 4th edition, available now, so this is fun to see a classic Blood Bowl matchup. Classic good versus evil. You couldn't get any more traditional than this. So it looks like he moves a piece. And there's that bonehead. Bonehead loner blitz. First action. Very unlike Midway to re-risk the loner, but I guess he wanted that blitz. He felt like he committed the blitz. He couldn't afford to lose the blitz, so it was important to re-roll. But we'll see if that hurts him in the later goings on. Of course, being down a re-roll doesn't help. But it looks like he's clearly committing to one side. Very interesting. Looks like he's basing all his players up on one-on-ones, even with those big black orcs. But nice move there. Gets the knockdown. See if he gets anything else here. Gets the pickup. Picks it up with his, looks like one of his throwers. So I think he's got the, yeah, he's got the sure hands on there. Backwards pass, thrower to thrower. That's smart. He's still trying to earn points and of course keep him away. But I like Bort's strategy here. He's got a whole line of orcs. Just blitzers, just a whole blitzing defense with a safety in the backfield. That's going to be really interesting to see Midway, if he can get those catchers through, and if his plan is to go vertical, because I got to feel like he's going to need some hit and run striking. Oh, and we've got skulls, and another guy goes down. Orcs are just so good. I mean, you're looking at it here, and Midway is an exceptional coach, and certainly anybody could win it. Gosh, it's turn 2, but I would not want to be humans in this scenario. I mean, yeah, you got the movement, you get those a couple catchers. Maybe if you have some skill ups, it'd be nice. But staring down all those black orcs, all that strength, it's just unpleasant. Not to mention the troll if he performs well. That's the name of the game. It's the bloodiest of the bowls. Yes, that name is trademarked.
This player, the attacker, smells weakness.
There we go. He's blitzing. Who's he going after? He's going after Mr. Rick Rock. I like that name. Bolcar Savage goes down. Oh, now we're going to see some pressure. Some pressure. So Bort's effectively collapsed this whole half of the field here. There's really nothing going to be doing. You're not going to see him go on this half of the field because he would just be leaving players out on an island. And he's honestly done a good job of plugging this half here. He has, however, vacated the deep secondary, so there's definitely a possibility that you might see midway get some, see where his catchers are, if anywhere. Where are they off the pitch? Oh, he gave his AG catchers got the ball. Oh, all right. Interesting. So he's not going to be trying the passing game, I don't think. He's already given the ball to his AG piece. Is he going to try to bash his way through a lane and zip through it? That's going to remain to see the question, I think. That we might have here. Oh, let's hear.
Come on, guys.
It's the 2-die. Virtually assists. What has he got here? Just a knockdown. And he's going aggro with a nice little insulation. Not bad. He's got tackle zones all up there. No, he's still going. Kind of trying to create some separation here. Which he does, which is nice. So Midway's not in a bad position. He's got all the time in the world too. I mean, keep that in mind. He's not in any rush to score. Get the first touchdown on the map here. Yeah, now he backs up, protects his whole flank, so he's got tackle zones all around there, so you're not going to have movement to... Oh, I guess that was wrong.
Yeah, smells like a good old-fashioned fight.
Assist. It'd be interesting to see here what Midway does, because right now he's in danger of leaving. If this guy sniffles blitzing, blocking on Tristan Youngblood, and then you've got Step go for it, but he can lay some wood on the ball carrier. With a single go for it, and that might be just enough to disrupt. But now you see the veteran Midway take a piece and move him back to prevent that particular occurrence. All right, we got a couple of viewers here. Shout out to Avarice711 and Ed the Mad. Thanks, guys, for checking in. For checking out, this is NBP-Pro.com. It's PS4 Blood Bowl 2 League. This is our good versus evil competition. The Orcaine Cowboys, Midway with Bortbot 18 and Midway Monsters. Averland Arbiters, classic human orc matchup. So appreciate you guys checking out. If you got a minute, check out our website, nbp-pro.com. It's got cool stuff, weekly breakdowns and a lot of cool comps if you're into Blood Bowl or into PS4 Blood Bowl. And it's the place to be. All right, so it looks like he's still pretty hemmed in there. I mean, you've got this slow moving wall of orcs that looks to prevent Midway from getting free. Even with the agility piece, he's got stacked tackle zones. You see, that's what Bort is such a veteran player, because he knows this AG piece can get out on him, but not if he stacks the tackle zones, because it's much more unlikely for you to get through all those dice rolls. It's 4 as opposed to a single player there. It's going up here, and what do we got here? Sniffles, just like I said, lay in the wood. Now that frees up Step Boy. What a friggin' name. Oh my god, I gotta talk to Bort, these names. And he's go ahead and protecting a wall here. So all your outlets over here are either on the ground or are on the ground, and they're all covered by orcs. His safety valve back here is covered by a black orc, and his entire wall here is doubled up. Man, that is some friggin' great defense, great positioning by Bort. I really want to see what Midway is going to try to do to get out of this situation. He is a great coach, Season 1 pro champion from our pro competition, Midway Monster, with his Norse team Varangian Guard. But this is a whole horse of another order when you're talking humans. Oh, Jarrell Justice is injured. We were talking non-Norse humans. Jarrell Justice just goes down, standard badly hurt, but that's a human blitzer. That's one of the most valuable pieces that the humans have. It's also one of the pieces with block that's going to be off the pitch, and that could create problems. And now here, rather than base up on the ball carrier, which is interesting, Bort doubles back and then continues with the screen, which is good, which is smart maneuver here. So now, what does Midway do? He's very cautioned player. He's definitely going to think about this here. But I tell you, that's a tough position. You take care of either of these players that are first, and you've got a troll over here where the PC stood up, so he can't attack him. Then you got him doubled up with Step Boy over here, creating yet another tackle zone. Then you got doubled up zones over here. Really. I wouldn't know what to do. I would just say F it. I would be on tilt at this point. A bit more breathing room. But not really, because they're still doubled up, you know. So he's still not going to be able to get through the zones that he's going to want to get through. Here we go.
You need to be close.
Oh, good, right. That's right. Okay. Oh, and Troy Orkman is injured. Oh, shades of the real life situation. I wonder if it's which is his ogre here. Yes, now he can base him, and now he's made a lane. Midway has made a lane. That is very impressive play. Very impressive play to figure that out and make that lane. I mean, I guess it's not that impressive, but I wouldn't have figured out how to do it, so I find it to be very impressive. So now he escapes with the ball carrier, has a big old ogre in his way to shield, still has pieces up that he can move and shield with, and screen with, rather. That's a very good play. So now things are turned around. Bort's pretty much out of position. That doubling up play, which appeared to be really smart, in hindsight, left his field completely wide open back here without even a safety to try to mitigate against what literally just happened. But it's Blood Bowl. This is only the first score, potentially, if it is, and failed dodge there. Not going to help True Youngblood. Not dodge the action, just dodging out of a tackle zone there. That guy, Tristane, does not have dodge. I don't know if it's Tristan Youngblood or I just call him Tristane. I guess the Game of Thrones thing. I don't know. So now that the score looks pretty inevitable here, barring some type of orc tomfoolery, probably going to see Bort try to, get into position so that he can't be stalled, and then probably try to do some damage to these humans that are still hanging around. Because if you're going to win with orcs, you're going to need to take some players off the pitch. Ideally. And this might be one way of getting there. Oh, Lance Drake. What a tough name, Lance Drake. Pablo Escobar. So Midway's team, or excuse me, Bort's team seems to be a mix of cowboy players with orc names and cocaine barons and drug traffickers with orc names. That is one hell of a combination. The man always makes interesting teams, I'll say that. Ooh, man, Galen stays on his feet. Another blitzer keeps from getting off the pitch. That's good. So all things considered, if I were Midway, I'd be pretty happy with what's going on right now. You got an injured thrower on the orc side, and you've got an injured blitzer. So you're not happy about the injured blitzer. But all things considered, if you're able to score here on your next turn, reset up, I would be pretty happy with that. Oh, and he tries it. Oh, he's gonna re-roll it. Gets a 6.
On the edge of the field there.
Oh my word. And just like that, that's why you don't speak of touchdowns that haven't happened yet, ladies and gentlemen. And that right there is how the Blood Bowl crumbles. I know that doesn't really make any sense, but oh, well there you go, and a failed pickup. Fortunately, Midway's piece is knocked silly for the turn, so he's not going to be able to take advantage of this 4 agility and pick that ball up and scoop it into the end zone because he's knocked for a loop. But Midway still has a lot of pieces downfield to try to get that possession back and put himself in a more advantageous position to score. What we got here is basing up a blitzer. He's got the black orc based. Blitzing. Oh, comes through this time. Oh, but a push. Well, he's able to push away from the ball, so he frees up. Now he's got a player on the ball, no orcs on the ball. Might see a dodge out, and yep. Well, we weren't going to see a dodge out. We're going to see what we call an attempt at a dodge out. Midway's got to reroll. Gets the dodge out. Gets the pickup.
The player could spit into the end zone.
And just like that, he's in, ladies and gentlemen. Midway Monster scores the first touchdown, opening salvo by the Averland Arbiters on the Orcaine Cowboys. But there is a ton of Blood Bowl left, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got Orcs get the ball at the half, and they have a whole half of Blood Bowl here. And we know sometimes Knuffles can be very favorable to Bort in the terms of rolls. So I'm very intrigued to see where this is going to happen, or where the second half is going to take us. All right, looks like we picked up. Looks like Mojo got Mojo Nova stopping in. What's up, Mojo? We're checking out the action here in our G versus Z competition. Appreciate the eyeballs here. Two of our better coaches. Well, I guess all of our coaches are good coaches. I don't know, I would say better coaches, but two of our more successful coaches, we'll say that. Midway Monster and Boardbot 18 clashing, G versus E. I don't know how the tally's going on that. I don't know if good is up on evil or if evil is up on good. I'm not sure. Sup? All right, good. Somebody's listening to me prattle. All right. So what's interesting to see the Orc response. They don't have a thrower. We check over here. Troy Orkman. He didn't get a fractured skull. It was just a badly hurt, I think, so I'm not even sure what it was, but I'm going to pretend it's a fractured skull just because of the whole Troy Aikman connotations, and I'm no fan of Troy Aikman. Actually, you know what? His commentating isn't so bad, so I guess I should take that back. But he'll never hear me, so fuck Troy Aikman. Troy Orkman, however, though, stand-up guy. Unfortunately, he's injured. So Midway going with a classic shell defense. I think we're going to see him attempt to mitigate against death and maiming as much as he can, and also do everything he can to prevent the Orc from scoring. He really has to go into the half 1-0 for this to be anything other than the blueprint for Orc Ball, which I'm sure Bort knows how to run perfectly. But maybe we'll see some right stuff action. Maybe we'll see a throw teammate. Maybe we'll see a Gobbo touchdown. I didn't know that the Orcaine Cowboys have a goblin. So now I'm just going to hope that we're going to see a goblin toss. You know you want to, Bort. I know you can't hear me unless you happen to be listening to this stream, which I know you're not because you're not in the list of viewers. But if you were, Gobbo toss. All right, so looks like he's going to carry the ball with the Gobbo. I like it. I like it. This is setting it up. So the Gobbo gets the ball. All he has to do is go behind and get primed, and then the next turn he can throw him, and the Gobbo can run into the end zone. That's how it works in theory. Most of the time, the troll spikes the goblin on the ground and fails to throw, or eats him, which is, a good chance. It's also fun to have a goblin thrown at you, or to throw goblins at other players, which I think is pretty great. Oh, couldn't have happened any better than that. It's happening. It's happening. All we need is a block on those two humans that are buffeting both sides of that troll, and we have a freaking one-turn possibility on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. That would be amazing. Well, not a one-turn. I guess it would be a two-turn, because you'd have to spend one turn to get the Gobbo in position. But because you wouldn't throw the Gobbo and then leave him exposed to the entire team, Midway's entire team. That would be no bueno. That would be something I would do, and it would cost me. A lot of contemplating. Might see a cage here of some type. Yep. Pretty secure. He's gonna put a black orc there. Probably just put put a blitzer. So he's got a 2 blitzer, 2 3 black. He is really protecting that Gobbo. And he didn't end his turn adjacent to the troll. So throw teammate might not be in our future. So make sure you send all angry letters to Hez. BortBot 18. Send all the angry letters to BortBot 18. I was confusing him with Hez, who runs Orcs in our Pro League. This is Orcs in our G versus E. So send all angry letters to non-throwing teammate BortBot 18. Hez always entertains the idea of throwing his goblin, so he's aces in my book. But he's still kind of setting up for it, though. I still think he could be setting up for it. In my heart of hearts, I'm hoping that we're just a couple of blocks away from setting up a throw teammate. It's probably not going to be, though. Alright, so it looks like Midway covers the corner there. So he's not going to have them. I mean, I guess he has the manpower to base all those players, but that's just exposing them to needless hits. At least I would, the way I see it.
Yeah, smells like a good old-fashioned fight.
Commit a lot of resources to taking that troll down. That's one area where big men are pretty good. Their ability to absorb bases and blocks from little men and a lot of attention so that you can free up some of your other pieces. We've got another viewer in here. We got Core Knight. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but there's a K in there, so I'm assuming it's Core Knight. Welcome to the stream. We're checking out some G versus E action, Good versus Evil, one of our competitions at MVP-pro.com, PS4, Blood Bowl 2 League. So it's classic Good versus Evil. It works. Humans. The humans are on the board already. The Orcs have the ball now. We might see a Nah, I probably don't see a gang foul. Midway doesn't really foul, and it kind of wouldn't fit the narrative of the good team in good versus evil if Midway were to foul. So I don't think we'll see that. Gets the block, no break or anything like that, but still. Yeah, I'd be hesitant to base anything. Like I said, I think Midway's goal here is to just try to protect his pieces, keep them next to each other so he's not leaving anybody out on an island, and blunt the advancement of Bort and the Orcaine Cowboys. But he could run into a problem because Goblin's got a lot of movement. So he doesn't really have to move that cage all that far to be able to pop that Goblin out and get into the end zone. And he wants to avoid basing as many of those players as possible. But it's looking like he's going to base the ones he needs to base for advantages. But you don't want to be squared up with orcs. You don't want to be taking shots from orcs. You don't want to be taking shots from dwarves, or chaos. Really, I mean, those are, I'd say, the teams you don't want to be needlessly basing against, because you're going to have a bad time. But then again, Midway knows what he's doing. Alright, so we got turn 5 here. Nice roll. No dodge on this player. No break. Nice. Still has the extra black orc there to be able to re-solidify the cage. And he really doesn't need to go that far because he's got the distance, so he can afford to chill for a bit. Now what does he do here is an interesting question. Oh, he's on the move with the Gobbo. Oh boy. Oh boy. I like it. I like it. He might do it. We might see it. His Goblin is now adjacent to his Troll, which means he can select him for the purposes of throw player. But he's going to want to do everything he can to get as many humans off the Troll as possible. Because I don't think you're throwing that Goblin with players on the Troll. And opponents on the Troll. It's going to be too hard. I believe there's penalties that you pay if you do that, but just like if someone was marking you and you tried to throw the ball, so you're not going to see that. But he's got the pieces there so that I didn't expect. I would have expected him to take the other piece there, but I guess he was trying to leery of the chain push, which I could see as well. He doesn't want to move people out of position. He's got it all set up just nice the way he can do it. This is genuinely exciting. I'm on the edge of my seat here. I want to see this throw. I wants to see it. Alright. So now, I mean, Midway's still got most of his pieces up. He's only got one injured guy, so... But he's not getting in there. He ain't getting in there. He would need a lot of favorable red die blocks to do some damage, and that's just not going to happen. It's just not realistic. Well, it might happen. Crazier things have happened here in the world of NBP Pro. Check out some of our matches on YouTube, and we'll attest to that.
Is the assist going to be enough to come out on top?
Ooh, block on block action. Nobody going there. Nobody likes to talk about block on block crime statistics. That was a really dumb joke,
fist is
but I made it anyway.
the same size as his entire opponent.
So now he's basing the Troll with his Ogre. That's going to be a lot harder to extricate from. He just doesn't want us to have any fun. Knocks the Troll down.
Unfortunately,
Oh, this is just
of a
Doo-doo. Alright, redirect all those angry letters from Bort. Redirect them to Midway, care of Midway Monster, and his killjoyery of not wanting to see a gobbo being thrown. Nah, I'm kidding. I can't. He's just trying to win, so I'll try not to be that mad at him for trying to win, depriving me of seeing a sweet, sweet goblin throw. So you got 3 turns left. Friggin' players surrounding that troll. I don't know what you do there. Okay, you do that. Stood the troll up.
The more the merrier. The attacker has an assist. The call. Intimidation is the key. It was one of my strengths when I was still playing.
The domino effect in action.
Interesting. Okay, expected that.
One less annoyance to deal with.
Nice.
Yeah.
Port's gotta like that.
Cold-plated brutality right there. You can always trust a Black Orc to bring the pain. Knockout!
He's not advancing, and he's running out of time, which leads me to think he's going to still try for that pass. But it's just a matter of that. 2 players still basing the troll. He's trying to think about if and how he can use his blitz, I think. Oh! Snake eyes. Skull on skull action. Now it's looking like that goblin's gonna take a hit. Because it's just a matter of a simple, push off of here if he needs it to get the 2-die over here. And then free this guy up without needing a dodge to go and lay the hurting on him. That's a pretty likely scenario. This guy's got block, so ideally you do. Oh no, you attack this way, get him down, freeze him up. I don't know what you do. I would say probably this way to this way that way. Free this guy up to blitz on that, and then profit.
He'll get an assist now.
But
Wuss. They're gathering around that lone player, like halflings round a sandwich.
alright, he did the opposite, but that's fine. I believe he can still come in. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he can still come in the long way around if he goes that way. So
Unity is strength.
welcome, Kool-Aid Convoy. Thanks for checking the stream out. Little G versus E action. Works. Humans. Good versus evil comp for NVP-Pro.com. The Goblin's getting blitzed. That's the question of what happens to that ball. Is it going to get kicked in? I mean, if it gets knocked down, is it going to get kicked into an orc pit? Or is it going to go backwards and help the humans? There we go.
Defensive pressure gathering.
Pushes. Midway's got no rerolls. This player's got no skills. So
Only use for a
Gobbo
ball
stays
fight
on his feet.
to highlight who gets hit next.
Interesting. Looks like Bort's window to score here before the half may be closing. But, it's Blood Bowl. Literally anything can happen at any time. Well, not literally, I mean, it's overused.
Absolutely have to stop
Literally
it.
anything according to the rules of the game
Whatever.
could happen at any time. Looks like we picked up a couple more viewers, but they won't tell me who they are. So I'll just call them Casper and Peter the Rabbit. Or Claude Rains. Alright, 2 turns left for the Cowboys here.
That's it. Get in their face.
Pushing up here. It looks like we've got, I still want to
Come
see
on,
that.
guys. Together.
Goblin
Twinkle
toss,
toes
but
there.
Midway has 2 deep safeties to field against it, so it's probably not going to happen. It would take a series of very improbable situations for that to happen, and even then, the Goblin would have to move into position, so his movement would be done.
The bigger they are.
The harder they punch.
Oh, nice.
The famous story of Nurgling and the Great Unclean.
Only a stun though.
But this time, no miracle.
Only a stun, never a knockout.
Less defenders there are around the ball, the easier it's going to be to move.
Still got everything. Well, here we go. Blitz. Alright. Not going to help him. No rerolls. He's able to push.
Dead fish.
That might have
Put some force
torpedoed
behind
his
those
chances.
punches.
Interesting. He's got to get forward in a big way. And he's not going to be able
Can the other team steal it away?
to effectively screen that much. Ah, I see. He's not going to go. He's going to kind of put the Goblin behind to kind of shield, to be shielded by that lineman, so that he hopefully can't get the 2-die on him.
Just today.
Stunty coming into play, like Stunty like a boss, like it always is, until it screws you via injury. Picked up another couple people, but I don't know who they are because the Twitch app is garbage. I hope the overlords of Twitch heard me say that. And there's the dodge. And Midway has no rerolls. Midway has no rerolls. So this was very well played. Very well played. But you now watch what he's going to do here. He's going to take his other human, and he's going to go over the top on it. And he's going to make it very difficult for, but not impossible, for Bort to get in that end zone. For that Gobbo to get into the end zone. Jaggy Booga? What the? That doesn't fit either convention of... I mean, it probably does. I'm sure there's a lot of drug names that Bort picked that I'm not hip to in terms of these drug traffickers. Orcaine is just too strong for me. Yep, just like I thought. He brought that piece over there, so he's not going to go vertical to dodge out. But he might, because Stunty's a bitch. Stunty doesn't care how many tackle zones you have. Stunty's going to stunt. But you still got a lot of open orcs. I mean, it's just a matter of a block here to get a piece free, to get him off the ball, and then to just horseshoe him around. You might need a GFI or so. But there's no question that Bort has a plethora of options here at his disposal to try to counterattack, make this a 1-1 game going into the half, because nobody wants to watch a game that's not even. But then again, Bort gets the ball in the half, so even if he doesn't tie it here, he could score quick and tie it. But I don't know. I have a good feeling like he'll know what he's doing. But maybe enough will have other plans. Blocks that piece from. Makes it requiring a dodge. But like I said, he's really not going to have that much of a difficulty here, because he's going to be able to get a 2-die right on here. He's got a free black orc. He'll have a free piece right after that action. 'Cause I don't know if this guy... Yeah, and this guy does have block, though, so that might help him. But he really only needs to get him off of there, ideally with a knockdown. And then his goblin's got the movement. Alright, now that complicates things a little bit. That complicates things. At this point, you feel like the better strategy might be to knock him down, go over the top with the blitzer, try to knock him out here so that you're only dealing with one tackle zone, and then you're off to the races. Which I suspect might be what Bort might do. So there's step one. Just free that guy up like I thought. So this leaves this guy up who's got more than enough movement to get there and there, if that's his plan. Maybe move him up, mark him up. I don't know how that helps, though. Huh, he did it. He did what I predicted. But... Oh, so, yeah, he doesn't... So he just gets... so he can get the 2-die. I see. Because that was his agility piece. Only gets the push. So now you're going to see a blitz surf. I think. I think he set him up... to be... Oh, he can't. He's got tackle zones he'd have. Oh, no, he still can. He's got his troll here. His troll lays the lick on Justinian Cromwell. He frees up the lane over here to then try to push him out. And that'll free it up so that it's only the one dodge. Oh, wow. Ballsy. Doesn't even care about scoring.
That's a dangerous place to be.
Alright, instead decides to blitz him off the ball. Interesting.
One more step in.
I didn't expect that. I mean, it's possible he didn't have the movement to go over the top, but now he'd have to... There you go. Stunty. Stunty daggered him. I forgot about it. His tackle zones didn't mean crap. It didn't mean matter how many players he piled there. As long as he had a straight out, he was still going to have a chance because of Stunty. Man. For those of you who don't know, Stunty is a skill, which I'm sure you all know because you're watching this probably verse in Blood Bowl. But one of the features of Stunty is that it ignores stacked tackle zones or things like that. So you can just dodge through all those tackle zones and still get the 67% reroll attempt with the dodge because of the Stunty. Otherwise, those would have been either 50 or 33% tackles, especially if you're going from tackle zone to tackle zone. So, Stunty strikes again, and we have got a tie game. So, very good stuff. And the Orcs get the ball at the half. So now that it's a tie game, I am completely expecting nothing less than a goblin being tossed. The fans demand it. The people demand it. We want to see a goblin toss. Probably only happens if we get some maimed injuries on the Averland Arbiters side of things. But that's my Christmas wish, even though we've still got almost the whole month of December left. That's my Christmas wish. Ooh, the Orcaine Cowboys get an extra reroll. Nice. People love him, apparently. Ball's pretty deep,
They're
but it's got the
gathering
gobble
around
there.
that lone player, like halflings round a sandwich.
Smart move. Chain blocks him into the goal. He's going to use it. There goes that cheering came in handy. He needed that reroll right off the bat.
The player's fist is approximately the same size
another
as his
Powsy
entire
Wowsy.
opponent.
Ooh, knocked his helmet right off. Just a stun though, I think. The Orcs haven't been maiming. They haven't been maiming, I'm sure, as well as they would like to. Ooh, throat punch. Everybody likes a good throat punch. Hello, 6-volt Samurai. You're one of the only viewers who shows up as visible. Welcome. Checking out a little good versus evil action. Second half, all knotted up. Orcs and humans. Especially fitting in honor of the recent release of the Blood Bowl 4th edition tabletop, which features Orcs and humans.
Haha, here's some friends.
The base races.
Come on,
Blood Bowl.
guys.
Oh, a little block
Losing the
action on
title.
Blitz.
Let's see some blood in Blood Bowl.
Might we see a foul here? Probably not.
That little creature's pretty hard to tackle, you know.
Jaggy
It can be
Booger picks
thrown
it up.
by a troll. Doesn't really work often, but it's funny.
The classic midway overthink, which is good. Like I stress, I need to do that. He's like a chess player. Thinks on every situation that could possibly occur. Tries to pick the best one. He wants to dig in, but not too badly.
That player is about to get punched above and below.
Orcs is good,
At the
humans
same
is the
time.
evil ones. No, I mean not really. In this competition, the humans are a good team. The Orcs are a bad team. It's not which team is good to use and which team is bad to use. In that case, then yes, the humans are bad,
He's coming to
in my
help his
opinion.
buddy. That's
And the
good.
Orcs are the far superior team to pick. But no, it's based on the good races, evil races. Basically, the competition is, I believe it's 8 teams or 16 teams, 8 good, 8 evil. Based on the races of Blood Bowl. Might be less than that. I'm probably borking it all up. But basically, it's all the good teams versus all the evil teams. So the good teams is like the humans, the high elves, the wood elves, dwarves, etc.
Run into the
Some other
opponent's
teams, you
tackle
know.
zone.
And then you
Hey,
have
sure look good.
Bretonians, and then you'd have the evil teams, your orcs, your Skaven, your undead, your necro. Nurgle wasn't out at the time. I don't believe necro was out at the time. I could be wrong when we started this competition. But basically, everybody plays everybody else once, and then the highest seeded teams go into a good versus evil playoff situation where it's only good versus evil. The good teams never play the good teams, evil teams never play the evil teams. So, just another interesting competition we have at nvp-pro.com. We've also got a race roulette ruckus.
The attacker has an assist.
Which is a random lottery drawing for teams starting at 1,000 TV competition, 2 blocks. That's pretty cool. We have our Pro League 2014 Pro Team, Pro League running concurrently right now in Season 2, Week 6. We also have a Dev Ladder that's open to any PS4 coaches. You know, drop a fresh team in there, get your dev on. It's all good stuff. And we got other stuff coming down the pipeline, too. We have an all-skink competition that's breaking off into its own league very shortly. Pretty crazy stuff. But in the meantime, we've got a cage going here with Gobbos. Gobbo in the center of that cage. And for the love of God, Midway, do not deprive me of this Gobbo throw. I will kill you. I won't kill you. If anyone's listening, I'm not going to kill Midway. I like Midway very much. But, man, I really want to see this Gobbo get thrown. Go. Blitz up. Ooh, blitzing on the agility piece. The agility. What else does he have? Oh, just one skill. Still 4 points away from the second skill. And just a standard catcher skill. It's a dodge
This
and
player
catch.
likes to be well assisted in a fight.
Oh, Galen's strike is going down. That sounds like an adult film star of the non-straight variety. Galen's strike. Just saying. Nothing wrong with that. Just saying. Apo. Substitute. And he's okay, folks. He's okay. Looks like we got another viewer here. Is it Scompadian? I'm sure I'm not saying that even remotely correctly. But welcome to the stream. Check it out. Some human and orc action. Lance Drake. Come to think of it, what is with the names on? Are these stock names? Tristan Youngblood, Lance Drake? These all sound like adult film stars of the non-straight persuasion. That's very quixotic. I don't know who's. Maybe it's in my head. I don't know. So he's set up here. We are set up. If he doesn't attack that troll, we might see some right stuff action. Man, do I want to see some right stuff action. But, you know, we might not see it. So, looks like we picked up a couple more viewers. I can't see who they are, because Twitch is very subpar in its implementation in the Android app. And I do not have a laptop in front of me. So, I apologize, but welcome. Midway's got some moves left in him here. It's going to be hard to crack that cage, though, because once again, he's got some studs up there. He's got his troll block in the corner. He's got 2 black orcs up, one in the cage, one in the front there. But Midway's still got his ogre. Marked by a black orc right now, though. I always have very deep respect for people who can stay competitive with teams that don't have strength 4 pieces. Or a lot of them. Like, I play Chaos, I occasionally play Orcs and things, and I have a hard time with agility teams. I mean, I like Wood Elves, but I just, when I play a team that has, like, you know, like Lizards, they have 6 all those strength pieces, I'm just like, I don't know what to do. And then I just hope for the best. Yes, Scompadian, yes. I so want to see this Gobbo fly. We friggin' have 7 viewers right now because people want to see this Gobbo fly. The people demand this Gobbo fly. I mean, oh, we're dying. We want to see it. It's still, he's got a good chance. Can you intercept a Gobbo that's being thrown? That would be fun. Sniffles is stunned. Oh no. The audience is chanting, "Fly, gobble, fly." I don't know what Midway can do, but I think that gobble is going for flight. Oh, what a jerk. Now he's going to base that troll. Now he's going to have to at least blitz that player off the troll. What a jerk.
Now that's a real mess.
We're still okay. If this succeeds, and Bort's got his rerolls, he won't be able to stop it. Because his gobble will have full movement. He'll be able to trot his ass right into the end zone. Oh, come on. This is it. Let's see it. Boo! No! No, our dreams have been dashed. We're really stupid. Okay, readdress those letters to the Hate Bort fan club. Care of Bort. Just put it in the mailbox. It'll find its destination. Preferably include a picture of a troll throwing a goblin. Right? Boo! The viewing audience says boo on that. Could have had the lead. He may still do it. I mean, there's plenty of game left. He might just be stalling. But man. If he doesn't do it, I might just... I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But we want to see it. If people demand it. Nosebleeder gets a push. Gets a push
This
off.
player, the attacker, smells weakness.
Gets another push. He's still sitting in relatively okay position. Squares up the cage again. Gets a dodge.
Gone into the opponent's tackle
He's
zone.
still got his,
Should be good.
the strength. Most of his players here. All of them, actually, I think. I know. He uses Apothecary. That's right. On Galen. So now he's down one. I think Midway's going to have to be more aggressive than just the scream. Because that stunty, we saw what that stunty did in the first half.
Is the assist going to be enough to come out on top?
I'm sure Bort's plan is just a slow march down the field. Base the front of that cage up and get him gobble.
They're getting up close and personal, Bob.
You need to be close. So close they can smell your breath and see the dead insects in your teeth.
Nice.
Are very close. Smells like a fight
Got
is
him
about
all
to happen.
tied up. Makes it a little bit harder.
Is the assist going to be enough to come out on top?
More thinking from midway. Doubles it up all those tackle zones. Kind of similar to what Bort did to him in the first half. But Bort's still very much in the driver's seat here. Plenty of
Right
time
next
left.
to a teammate.
And
That player
just
is
needs
about
that
to
slow
get
motion
punched
shot in the
above
field.
and below the belt. At
I
the same
agree.
time.
The only way out is a flying goblin. It's the answer to everyone's prayers. He had to have avoided doing it, one, because it is, of course, risky, and two, because of the time left. He probably wants to fight for the win and not for the tie. So if you do see something like that, it's probably going to be, yes, now our hopes are alive and our dreams are alive. Because if he can pull it off, he'll have open field, and he'll be able to score. So maybe he just needs to get it moved up so it's less risky.
It's going to be
We can
hard to
still
make
see
him
it.
lose the ball.
We're all on the edge of our seats for it. Yeah, if not, at least we feed the troll. Exactly. In this instance, feeding the troll is an okay kind of thing. Because I'd like to see that either. I'd like to see the troll eat the goblin, or I'd like to see the goblin go
Unity
flying.
is strength.
Dodges like it ain't no thing. Goes for it. Alright. So now all the Midwest pieces are over here. What will we see his response? He can't. Yeah, exactly. He's not. This is really stupid. He's really hungry.
This is going to be decisive.
There we go.
The players arrive to assist their
Gotta
teammate.
get the block on Mr. MX Smick. MX Smick. Oh, very, very, very funny. MX Smick. I don't know who Rick Rock is. Lockjaw, that sounds like a regular name. Oh, Rick Rock. Rick Ross. Okay. Cocaine. Lockjaw. Not sure. Yaksic. Not sure. Pablo Escobar. Cocaine. Grisel Blanco. Oh, Griselda Blanco. Oh, Griselda Blanco. Cocaine. Step Boy. I'm assuming cocaine. Bloodshot. I'm assuming again cocaine. And Nosebleed. Yes. Cocaine. So it was really just the two Cowboys players. And all cocaine-related players. Okay.
That player's like a streak.
Oh, he went for it and he didn't get there. Fridge too far.
Call it light.
Oh, and now he gets
What
there.
a speedster.
But again, nobody's based on the troll. And he's touching the gobbo. We all see it. And he's got the rerolls. If you're going to do it when you got the rerolls. Am I right? I mean, I guess you still have to go past Loner, but you gotta try.
They've got the advantage, but there is no sure.
Uh-oh. Damn. The sledge goes down.
That's it. Get in their face. The attacker has an assist.
That's another knockdown. Damien.
Now that's a holding maneuver, if ever I saw one.
Hey-oh, just pushes.
That's it. Force them back and then pow!
Justinian Cromwell is out of here. Just like his boy Oliver. Oops, there we go. Here he goes. Yes, he's setting it up. That's all I'm gonna say. You don't want to do it with too many turns left, but you also don't want to do it with only one turn left in case of calamity. Probably want to do it with your turn 15. That's what I think you did it. Arbiters up, down on numbers 3, 6, 9. They're down 2 players off the pitch to just the one here. I don't know if he had reserves though. No, it doesn't appear like it. So just down 1 player.
This player likes to be well assisted in a fight.
I believe my chat window is froze, so I apologize. I've missed some comments, I believe.
Yeah, smells like a good old-fashioned fight. Come on, guys, together.
It might just be really delayed
That
too.
player is so close to a world of hurt.
Midway's still creating trouble. Still mixing it up. Ooh, uppercut. Knuckled uppercut. Just a stun. Just a stun on step boy.
close and personal, Bob.
You need to be close.
I hop back
So
into the
close
chat.
they can smell your breath
Hope
and see
I
the
should be able
dead
to see you
insects
guys
in
now.
your
Looks like
teeth.
Twitch was having its typical Twitch-isode where it said I had 1 viewer and then 9 viewers, so who knows what that gimmick is all about. He's
Safety in
advancing the
numbers.
cage, but it's okay as long as that gobble keeps ending up next to that troll.
So close to a wall.
Bern Stern is
They're
down.
carrying that scar around for the rest of their short.
No long-term effects for Bernstern. I'm sure he's going to think twice before he does anything like that again. Excellent. 9 viewers, and it won't tell me any of them. Great job. Well, I guess because I'm not MVP-Pro, I'm just being hosted by them. Well, never mind. That explains it.
Their player is looking rather
See, this is where
slack
this,
for
I
remaining
don't
upright.
think Midway's just got. He doesn't have the strength to be able to provide a sufficient counterpunch. His Black Orcs are one of the best
At
pieces in the
least they
game,
have
and
teammates
he's
around.
got them all on the pitch. And they soak up 3 humans just to get a 2-die. And he just doesn't have the numbers on his side. And I love you if they're next to each other. They create all types of problems. 2 turns. So might this be the turn that we see? Or is he going to try turn 16 because he doesn't want to leave Midway with time? Next turn. Hopefully these questions are answered. Alright, breaking double digits on viewership. Awesome. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Apologize that I can't shout out individually because Twitch will not show me the names. So I could invent names for everyone, but that just seems silly and counterproductive. So I'll just focus on the action. So here we go. Midway's trying to seal off everything. He's trying to prevent that stunty. But honestly, it's much lower risk for Bort just to clear out these guys and get the touchdown. But we want to see the throw. We don't care what's less risky. We want to see a goblin flying through the air. And if Midway can somehow get all of his pieces here to make such difficult tackle zones that Bort would have no choice but to throw it over this way. But he really can't get it. He's only got like 3 pieces left. And he doesn't have the movement. He kind of does. He can kind of make a problem.
One more
And
step and
at least force the issue. You know, I think Midway's got to force the gobble throw. Oh, another bonehead. He rolls it. Midway's got ice water in his veins. This one succeeded. Doesn't matter though, it's a push. Oh, he's going to mark. He got 2 marks on that. This is good though, because that means he's got to do the throw. Because he's pretty hemmed in. He's pretty hemmed. Oh, he doesn't follow up. Interesting. Interesting he didn't follow up there. I don't know if he'll come to regret that. He's going to make him throw. All Midway needs is a couple of dodges. Yes, he's doing it. He's stacking the rubric of blocks, of zones. Yes. Yes, we are going to see it. He's got to do it. There's no... Even with that piece down, it's fine. There's no way this Gobbo is getting to that end zone without exposing himself or getting thrown. It's got to happen. No! Now you've wasted your reroll. I mean, granted, Loner wouldn't have been...
Twinkle
I mean, you
toes
needed to, but... Come on. Come on. Come on.
It's so close, and yet so much.
People
can
want to
still
see it.
happen. Nothing's certain in this game. All good, solid, if not spectacular play.
I don't know why I can't see any of the comments. Ooh. Boo. 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 Yeah, that's right, Scumpadian. Boo. Boo. A pox on all your houses. Remember, that's the Hate Bort fan club. Care of I'm a Jerk at Bort.info. Ah, man. All these people sat here to see it. And classic heel behavior by Bort. Letting us down. Letting us down. Now I want to see a tie. I want to see a blitz. Tristane Youngblood. Let's see it. Let's see it. I want you to knock Gristle Blank Gork on her duff. Or his duff. Whatever. Somebody's duff. Terrible. I know I should probably be less biased as an announcer.
Can't argue with that.
Great job. Fails to go for it.
Can the player
Gets
force
to go for
possession
it.
away
Gets
from
the
ball
palsy
holder?
wowsies. Heyo. That's what you get. And look at Gristle Blanckork is dead. So what is the lesson that we were taught here, ladies and gentlemen?
No longer of this world.
Bort
Dead,
probably would have
dead,
won this game.
dead.
Which he still could, possibly. But probably not. Probably could have won this game had he done the right stuff. Had he done the right thing. And we are sad. The goblin is sad. The troll stays hungry. There's a little snotling in the audience crying his eyes out. So, it is what it is. And Midway has no pieces downfield. So, he ain't getting anywhere. Karma works. His campaign, karma indeed
Standing there
works.
drooling.
What are the odds of a goblin throw if you have a reroll? I honestly don't know, only because of the loner. You need a 2 to pass the hungry check, and then you need a 2 to pass the stupid check, right? And then if you fail the throw, which I think is like a 67% chance or a 50% chance to through the throw, then you would need to use the loner on the reroll, and it's a loner all the way through, so it's rough. Yeah, I have no clue either. Somebody who's much smarter than me could come in and but basically you need to pass like 2 or 3 reroll checks, and if you need to roll checks, and if you need to reroll, you have to deal with loner. So it's not an easy thing to do by any stretch of the imagination. But when you do it, it's fucking glorious. It's one of the better things. Yeah. You know, it's one of the cooler things. I've seen it a few times. I know, like I said, another coach did it in pro. Didn't work out for him, though. I believe he failed the throw twice. Because you can fail the throw, which is basically he picks the goblin up and goes, oh, and then just drops him, which is stupid as well. Yes, and the goblin needs to make the landing. Yes, there's like a lot of components in that. You got to pick him up, succeed without being stupid, succeed without eating him, succeed the throw, and the goblin has to stick the landing. Yeah. But it's awesome when it happens. It's one of the friggin' coolest things in Blood Bowl when it happens. One of our other coaches had a whole orc team built around one-turn touchdowns with goblins. Kami Kozu, they were, I forget the name of that team, but They were pretty cool. So it looks like it's going to be a tie, folks. Because he doesn't have the movement. He doesn't even have anybody on the other side of the pitch. Maybe we'll see a turn 16 spite foul. Those are my favorite.
All this focus on the ball is against the spirit of the game. Give me more random violence.
Interesting. Gets the palsy.
This is going to get exciting.
Alright. Now we're going to see Black Orc can get in with 2 GFIs, but I don't know anybody can get the ball. Oh, well, that's... Never mind. So I don't know what Midway's going to do on his turn 16. Just pass the turn and call it a day, or is he going to try to get him a couple blocks? Going to get him a couple blocks. There we go. We call this garbage time. The outcome is not going to be determined by any of the actions taken here, but you got to take that SPP when you can get it, especially in a competition format where skills are hard to come by when you're starting a fresh team and only get 8 games to play to hopefully try to make some sort of postseason. There we go. Gets on a Black Orc. Gets the POW. Sniffles is in peril. He's fine. Midway's not the kind of guy who's gonna foul at the end. It's not his style. And he's also playing as the good team in the mythos, so it'd kind of be bad for fluff's sake if he were to do that.
The more the merrier.
Still gonna go for another block though. That's for sure.
Is the assist gonna be enough to come out on top?
Bloodshot. What's gonna happen? Nope. And Orc armor is strong, man. You need that +10 to bust that AV9, and that's just hard to come by.
They must have glue on their fingers.
Oh, the last minute
Gets the vanity pass.
Go anywhere?
Gotta do that. Get the SPP while you can.
That's blood.
Well, that's gonna do it,
can
folks.
never really count a team.
Let's take a look at the
truly
postseason breakdown. So we had 1 touchdown to 1 touchdown,
then,
8 armor
that
breaks
might
to
not be
6
the
armor
end.
breaks. So really not a very bloody game, not a very productive game from the block standpoint. 2 passes. So let's dig deeper into these statistics here. So the Orcaine Cowboys had the ball 68% of the time. So pretty good there on ball possession. So, and then you look at occupation and opponent's half. So it was really a story of Bort just sitting on that ball most of the game, camping it, but he wasn't able to pull out that's the score in the end. So you got 66 blocks versus 44 blocks. So not a bad number of blocks. If you're humans, you'd expect to have about 20 less blocks on orcs than they're going to have on you, probably, if you're doing it right, if not a little bit more. And the injuries, two knockouts, 3 injuries. The Orcaine Cowboys, they got the injuries, but they weren't able to translate that into advantage on the pitch. And then we look over here, and I don't know why they put that on 2 different things there. And then, of course, the SPP, so nice distribution here from, of course, the injury, MVP, and single touchdown on the Gabo, MVP, touchdown, 2 injuries, I think, or as well as, I don't know what those other ones would be. They only scored once. So a couple passes probably, and an injury and a couple passes. So, well, thanks everybody for tuning in. This is another edition of the G versus E competition here at nbp-pro.com. That's nbp-pro.com. Enough will be praised. PS4 Blood Bowl 2 community. So check out our website, check out our forum, join it up. You know, we got a lot of great stuff going on. If you're looking for games, we got an open dev league. Season 2 is rolling. Got some awesome action there. We've got a race roulette ruckus. We've got a lot of cool comps and a pretty cool community, so don't hesitate to drop us a line and check us out. This is NBP President Stymie signing off the broadcast. I appreciate everybody for viewing.